We should be on the radio in Atlanta.
That's what everyone was begging for.
It's such a joke that we're not.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask the president of Infinity to put me on in Atlanta. He has the power to do it. They own 18 radio stations in Atlanta or something like that. There's some markets we own every radio station in the entire market.
Does anybody know that this is going on?
Yeah, I mean, this is out of control. So I mean, why can't we? And they got that friggin' Greaseman on in Atlanta on the Infinity station.
Isn't he bombing?
He's bombing.
Time?
He's the only guy on in Atlanta. He's like number 10 in the market.
You know what I heard about him?
What?
You know, he still lives in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
But he's not even on the air in Los Angeles anymore. So
right.
He does his show from Los Angeles to Atlanta, and then in some markets they like time delay it. But why didn't he just go to Atlanta?
Yeah, go live
the
there.
Market he's on.
Where they actually hear him.
Well, he had a whole game plan, I heard. But he was going to go to Los Angeles, and he was going to take over the country, of course, with his syndicated show. Another great idea that I had.
I heard that he went out to L.A. because of his acting career.
Yeah.
But it hasn't got off the ground. So he's trying to work on his acting career, but he's getting up at 3 o'clock every morning.
Trust me, he's no actor.
To do his show to the East Coast.
Right.
Like, what does he need to be up at 3 in the morning?
I don't see many roles for a guy who goes...
You think he's done something besides that?
Yeah, right. Yeah, like what is he going to do? Othello? He's big in Greenland. They're going to syndicate him out there. The Greaseman.
Funniest thing
The hell's he talking about?
The funniest thing I ever saw him do was pose in Playboy with his muscles and his gun collection.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Well, he used to do a thing to Greaseman where when he first got on the radio, he wouldn't be photographed because he would only release cartoon pictures of himself.
Oh, boy.
And he made himself out to be like a real, like a hillbilly kicker, you know, like a real big...
A real redneck?
Yeah, and the whole big thing was no one had ever seen the Greaseman or, you know, or knew his real name. And then I guess when he went to Washington, D.C. and stole my job and got all my money,
right?
He went in there and revealed his name and showed, and it turned out he was like a bloated, but like he was like into weightlifting, but I guess, I don't know if he takes steroids or whatever. I think he does. I don't know if he does or he doesn't, but his arms look all, like, you know a guy who...
He looks like a balloon man.
Yeah, he looks like a balloon.
The Michelin guy.
And I guess he thought he was real good looking because he was posing with his shirt off and posing with guns, and he had some young wife. I don't know what was going on there. And he had that whole... Hey, I can't even... What does he do again? I forget how it sounds.
Giba.
Which is kind of funny for maybe a minute, but not a whole morning show. Hey, how you doing? Let's take some calls.
He used to keep that voice up the whole time?
Yeah. I mean, I admire that.
I've heard through the grapevine that he keeps that voice up when he's not doing that show.
Oh, really? Like it's become his identity.
In acting class, that must be really
I've heard that.
Really
I don't,
cute.
Imagine him on an audition for a movie role.
Giba.
Well, you don't understand. We need a romantic lead.
I know somebody...
Well, we know somebody who said he did that voice at dinner.
Well, I know somebody in another
while
market
he's eating
who went out to dinner with him, his wife, and his producer.
Yeah.
And all three of them do that voice. So if you're not in on it, it's a real weird thing.
Who's this producer now? Bill Scanlon?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know Bill.
I'll have a steak guy.
You know what?
I'll have a steak guy.
Yeah, a lot of fun. I hear his wife talks in Pig Latin, so she does the voice and Pig Latin. I take it.